is awesome.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the paddleboard build. We're just jumping right back into it. Today we need to figure out the design for our board. We need to mill up a bunch of lumber for that, and then we're gonna finish setting up our assembly table and get it ready for this massive glue up for our decking. So let's get to it. All right, as we're finishing up the fishbone frame, let's talk a little bit about the assembly table or the rocker table. We're gonna be building a ladder rung style table. Basically what we built these little carts just to be able to move the tables around the shop easily, but the carts are 2.5 feet by 5 feet, and then the table itself will be 12 feet long. This section is 2 feet wide here, and then each rung, you just want each rung to be a couple inches wider than your finished board. My board is going to be about 32 inches wide, so I have 34-inch rungs that are going to go all the way down. Now, your assembly table is going to serve two purposes. I'm going to set it up as a jig to build the top and bottom decking of the board. We'll show you that more in detail, but the decking is just the surface and the underside of the board, this big piece of wood there. So I'm going to show you how to glue that up, and we're going to use our tables for that. And then we'll disassemble all of that, and then we'll set it up as a rocker table where it will hold our paddleboard at just the right angles to support it as we work on it. So just wanted to show you that a little bit. So yeah, in a minute we're going to get our table set up to build that top and bottom decking. We have the spine of the fishbone frame laid out. You just want each rail to line up with where your ribs will go, just to one side, because we're going to have some supports that come up and support those ribs just right. We'll show you that later on. All right, now that we have the rails that line up with where each rib will go, we need one side of this to be dead straight. So what we're going to do is we're going to screw this one in, and then the very end rail, and then we'll run a string down this end, and we'll line up each rail with that string all the way down, so we have like one super straight side. Alright, so what we're doing, we're lining these up as straight as we can. We just want each rail to barely touch the line without moving it. So we're going to do that. We're going to fine tune it so we have a very straight line all the way down. Alright, we have this side of the table perfectly straight. Now we're going to attach a 12-foot board right on this edge to kind of act as a fence here. All right. We have our board running all the way down. We raised it up just 1/4 of an inch because that's how big our panels for our decking will be. The reason for this is we need to build the top and bottom decking. We're going to build a jig to do this glue up. We're just going to use some scrap wood for it, and I'll show you as we go. But we need one edge to be super straight. That's the reason we did this, because we're going to be clamping everything against that fence here. So imagine these 3 boards are the boards that you picked out for your decking. These will be slidden over against that fence. And then we'll be clamping those together on this to make sure the boards all run straight. So yeah, the next thing we need to do is figure out the design for our board, lay it all out, and then we'll finish up the jig and start getting things glued up. Now, for the lumber that you need for the exterior of your paddleboard, we're using Western red cedar that we found at Lowe's. This is all 1 by 6 by 12 foot long that we're going to mill down. Now the reason we're going with cedar is because it's a really, really light wood, and it's also rot resistant. But you don't have to use cedar. Sliver Paddle Boards has a really good write-up on what lumber is best to use for this project. It doesn't have to be cedar. So yeah, head over there, read about that, and pick the wood that's going to be best for your specific project. All right, got the tongue and grooves cut off all our cedar boards. We're getting ready to get this milled up how we need. We're basically going to cut each board in half right here on the table saw or on the bandsaw. We'll just flip each board vertically. We'll cut here about halfway through, and then we'll flip it and then cut the rest of the way so that each board gives us two really thin boards. And then we'll run them through the thickness planer, get them down to 1/4 of an inch, and after everything's planed, we'll figure out what design we want for our board. So yeah, let's get all this milled up. All right, so we need to set up our fence to cut this board perfectly in half. We have very little room for error here. So on this particular board, I'm getting about 18.3 millimeters. So we'll take that number and we'll subtract the width of the blade, which is about 2.4. That gives us 15.9, and then we need to divide that in half to get this thickness here. So that gives us 7.95 millimeters between the edge of the blade and our fence here. We want a final thickness of about 1/4 of an inch, which is about 6.35 millimeters. So we have a little over 1 millimeters to play with in terms of how accurate we need to be. So yeah, we don't have a lot of room to work with, but this is totally doable. We're using a planer to clean up the boards after running them through the table saw, but after building 2 of these paddle boards, I really don't think this is 100% necessary. I think with a hand plane or a belt sander and a little bit of extra time, I think you could get the same result. So don't lose heart if you don't have access to a planer. We cut a few strips of light and dark cedar to use as accent strips, and we just swapped them in and out about 100 times as we were both very indecisive about how we wanted our boards to look. Sweet. Dude, that looks really good. All right, we are mocking up the top and bottom planks, and this is what I have laid out for my bottom plank. So what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna show you guys how we're gonna clamp all this stuff together. We're gonna do a couple mock-up runs to make sure we have it just right, and before we do our glue up. For this clamping jig, we're using pieces of scrap plywood and OSB. They're about 2.5 inches wide or so. One thing that you can't see in this video is that the bottom of these pieces are covered in painter's tape. That way they don't stick to our decking when we do this glue up. All right, so I have all our pieces just running across. They're about 8 inches apart or so. Doesn't have to be exact. And then we cut a bunch of these little 4-inch pieces that we're gonna just screw to these pieces, just like that. And you'll see how this works in a minute, but as we move the board this way, it'll tighten up the whole plank. All right, we're getting one of the deckings done. This will probably end up being the bottom of my board. We just got it laid out just the way we want to. I think this looks really good. So we're about to start the glue up. The first thing we need to do is we're going to take our painter's tape. We're going to glue up every edge all the way down lengthwise. So we'll start getting that taped up.
And it's time responsible.
As we tape the planks together, I'm having Will pull the boards together as tight as possible while I tape them. That way we have little to no gaps once we go to glue this thing up. Okay. Here we go. And then slide it back on. All right, I'm just ready to glue this thing up.
Woo! Probably is something like that.
Just gonna run it down. Once it's all glued up, you can bring your clamp pieces back across. You can move those left or right to tighten up the entire board. Once the panel is clamped really tight, we laid some heavy boards on top of it just to keep everything nice and flat. The next day, we removed the clamps and all the painter's tape to get them ready for flattening.
Sweet! I like it.
Yeah, that's gonna look really good.
That stripe looks awesome. It's super well defined up over here. Should be cool. Definitely make that front or the top. Yeah, because the top's a little wider.
It's darker than I remember.
Where, down here?
No, just like the whole thing.
Yeah, it is a little darker too.
All right, now that the top and the bottom decking are put together, we need to flatten these panels. You're gonna have a lot of little high and low spots throughout here that we need to get flat. Now you don't wanna go crazy here. It doesn't have to be like absolutely perfect at this point. You just wanna get it as flat as you can. We just want a nice flat surface so that when we go to attach our fishbone frame, we have a nice flat surface to adhere to when we do that. So to do this, I'm going to be using a hand plane. If you don't have a hand plane, you can also use a belt sander. I like using the hand plane. It goes really quickly and doesn't make all the noise and dust that the belt sander does. So yeah, I'm going to get to work with the hand plane, getting this thing flattened out, and we'll move on from there. So we're only flattening the inside of the board, the side that's going to be attached to the fishbone frame. We'll shape up the exterior side later on in the build. I know it looks like we're doing a lot here, but we're really just removing the glue and any high spots that we have. Now that everything is flat, these panels will be going into storage for a little bit until we get our rocker table set up. I like to add these wooden straps on it to keep everything rigid, but be sure to put these somewhere safe so they don't get damaged. All right guys, I think that's where I'm gonna wrap this video up. The top and the bottom decking look really good. I hope y'all like the technique for building those panels. I think it's a really cheap, effective way to do those big glue ups like that. In the next video, we're gonna fill the knot holes. During the milling process, a lot of those knots fell out. So I'm gonna show you guys how to fill those. We're also gonna put the layout marks on our bottom decking so that we can get our fishbone frame attached to that decking. So if y'all haven't subscribed, be sure to do so. We've got a lot more coming in this build series, and we'll see you in the next video.